welcome to Adventuring for Knowledge. This is Adventure Call number 1.
Guess what? This is Adventure Call number 2.
And what comes after 2, Manny?
Is it 3?
Yep, you got it. It's Adventure Call number 3.
Last call. Welcome to our podcast.
It's adventure time.
Alright, Brody.
Alright, Manny, we're live.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Live again. It's a Tuesday evening. No, it's a Monday evening.
It's a Monday. It's family day here in Victoria,
Can you
BC.
tell us why we're here? We don't normally record on a Monday, do we?
No, we don't really record on a Monday. This is actually an improvisational episode.
We'll call it Plan B.
We'll call it Plan B. And that is because we had an unfortunate event. As you may know, this on Sunday, so yesterday, we had our first guest. Right, Brody?
We did. It was Nairn and Paula, owners and operators of ZERO WASTE EMPORIUM, located in Victoria, BC.
And it was such a good conversation.
What a day. It was better than I expected.
Right?
Went way smoother than I expected.
We nailed it.
They nailed it.
After that interview, we both looked at each other and
we're like,
Brody,
we need to have you back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was their idea to come back.
Yeah. And we're like, Brody, this is a real podcast episode.
This is the first one.
Yeah, we didn't swear a single time.
Once.
We were very professional.
We did.
It was really good.
Yeah.
But
we got our shit together.
Unfortunately, we got some technical difficulties. We thought we had the microphone set up, and this is how it sounded like.
Interviews today, so we're this first, I hope.
And yeah, after hearing that, so I wake up this morning, Monday morning.
Tell them what time.
At 3 a.m. to edit it, and then all of a sudden, I listened to this, and I froze, man. I was like,
I'm pretty sure
are you serious?
Wife told me he cried.
No, I didn't cry.
But he was sad.
I was close to crying.
I bet.
Yeah, because it was our first podcast, and then
And it was 3 a.m.
It was 3 a.m.
Like, what are you supposed to do at that time?
I don't know,
cry.
right? Exactly. I was like, I woke up at 3 a.m. for this.
Man, he's like, should I cry or wash dishes?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But at the same time, I knew that there was someone out there here in Victoria or in Vancouver or anywhere else that knew how to fix this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to send a bunch of emails.
How many?
I sent like 15 emails.
Really?
Yeah. I looked up editing, recording on Victoria, BC, in Vancouver.
One?
I got 3 responses.
3 responses. Yeah. Nice.
So one guy said, yeah, we can do it, and we'll only charge you $50, and we can get a readable recording. And so that's what I think we're going to do.
Well, we're waiting on it. But that's why we're here. We're here doing Plan B. So Manny called me. He messaged me last night, and he called me this morning and explaining what happened. And it sucks, yeah. But then Manny's like, okay, we need to record. How do we respond to this? Say, okay, we need to record an episode. At first I go, record an episode, and I didn't really understand what he meant, but then quickly switched on and then asked him, so kind of like explaining how you react to a crappy situation.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, exactly, Brody. So we're here. Going to turn this unfortunate scenario into something positive.
Into something
and
positive.
And into a lesson.
Into a lesson for us and for anyone out there, because I know that this happens to a lot of people.
100%.
When all of a sudden
you plan something
and it goes horribly wrong. Wrong.
And the outcome sucks.
And at that period in time, you have no power. Mm-hmm. Brody, at 3 a.m,
you felt like you were
no
helpless.
Power.
Right.
I was helpless because it was out of my control. Like, what has happened, it had already happened.
Right. But then knowing
like,
you, probably the next question was,
what are my actions?
What am I going to do?
Exactly.
Because
I feel like back when I was in high school, I looked at situations like that, and I would dwell and
be deflated, right? That feeling of defeat.
And I would be defeated, and I would like say, "Why, world? Why me?"
I remember.
And then all of a sudden, it would be like a week that I would still have that burden in my shoulders and in my head. But I feel like now it's 100% different.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it and I'm like, okay, it's in the past. It's what happened. We have no control over this.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do about it?
Exactly.
So we got to be proactive.
And that's, I think it came through practicing a lot of mental fitness.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to practice mental fitness and the easiest way to practice mental fitness is exercise.
Do you think so?
I think so. Because it's the easiest, because all it is your work, your effort. It's just your effort.
Yeah.
And so how long can you sustain the max amount of effort?
Yeah. I agree with that. I also think that mental fitness is about reflection and meditation.
Totally.
On like...
Totally. How do I make this better?
Yeah, how do I make this better? Is this
how
really...
can I respond better to this or that?
Yeah, is this really detrimental to my whole existence as a human?
Right.
Is this going to kill me?
Right.
Pretty
exactly.
much. That's reflection right there. And by just quickly reflecting and laying out your options, like I was about to write down my steps. I had my paper and my pen, and I was like, okay, what is my plan of action right now? But then I didn't have to write it because my mind had already written it. I already had that.
You already came up with the solution.
Step by step. But whenever someone is faced with something like this, I highly encourage you to get a paper, write down just solutions that come up to you, and do a process of elimination and choose the best solution. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I agree. Distracts you, and it pushes you in the right direction instead of
to do
staying static. And I think any kind of static, any kind of stationary thought or just being stationary is bad. Because say you sit for 12 hours, you're going to feel like shit, right?
You're going to feel like shit.
Right? Even 8 hours, you feel like shit. Yeah. But if you're running around and moving, your body's moving, you're going to feel way more better. It's the same with your mind.
Yeah.
If you feel deflated and you have something bad happen to you and you just sit there and you dwell and your mind's stationary or static, then you're going to feel like crap because it's just going to be a loop. But if you plan out the next step to move forward and come up with a solution, then you're going to feel way better.
And sometimes that is such a good idea to take a step back and don't get caught on into a rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. Like after that happened, I came to bed and I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now because my mind is going crazy. Yeah. I already took my action and I sent 15 emails. Now I'm going to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even look at it. I didn't even touch it until I got 3 responses from the emails because I was like, I'm going for a hike. I don't care. This is not going to ruin my day. I had a beautiful hike.
Nice. Where'd you go?
And then I went to Mount Doug. Yeah, I went and I didn't let it get to my head. And I haven't even told you at this point.
No. I didn't find out till my phone started shooting message out.
I sent you like 10 messages. I was like, hurry, I need to speak to you.
I know my phone. Well, you sent me last night, but my phone was dead, and I went straight to Gabby's and went, no phone tonight.
That's good.
I went, no. Another thing is, get rid of your phone.
Yeah.
Get rid of your social media, or at least limit your time on it. Feels so good. And then I woke up, and I still haven't charged my phone, and then I charged my phone at 1:30, and then all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. Ding ding. I was like, what the fuck? Who's texting me? And then it was Manny from last night and about an hour before saying, I need to talk to you. I need to see you for an hour. And I was like, what happened? Yeah. So I gave him a call, talked about it, discussed the plan.
Yeah.
And
here we are
acting on our plan.
Acting on our plan.
And the power of now.
Power of now. This is
because we didn't go, let's go, let's do it in a week. No, it's like there is a problem, and we want to be consistent with our releases. We want to Tuesday, Wednesday. We want to release, right? Yeah. And so here we are Monday night. If all things don't go well as planned, you'll be hearing us tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
If not, you'll be hearing our awesome interview with Paula and Nairn. And we'll probably still release this episode. We should still.
I'm going to try.
We should release this because this is good anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Plan B, like we're still gonna release Plan B and give this as an example and turn this into a lesson because we thought it is important because this is about educating people
and educating
so
ourselves.
many and ourselves. Yeah, totally. And we're the guinea pigs. Yeah. We want to show people through our actions as well, not just other people's.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the more raw content that we had, like I feel like I know there's a lot of like YouTube bloggers and people who record the perfect life every single day. They don't record the like harsh times.
Right.
And this is a harsh time for us.
This is
so we're recording.
This is the lowest of lows in the podcast.
So we're recording it in order to show you that this is a process. Like it's not very simple to do a podcast, but
and any goal is a process.
It's a process, but you just have to keep going.
And I know it's cheesy to say, but you gotta trust the process.
Yeah, you gotta trust the process.
You gotta trust it.
And then you just gotta
keep question it.
Keep pushing that ball until it becomes easy, until you learn all your technical difficulties and how to avoid them. Yeah. There we go.
Fist bump number 1. Probably be the only one. Short episode.
This is a short episode, just to reflect that we do have an episode coming, and you will hear it because I will do the impossible to put it out there for you guys.
Because it sounds pretty fucked right now. Unproduced?
I'll put it again. So here we go.
But we're constantly working from home as well, so yeah, we own and operate.
It's amazing how much business.
That is just sad.
Dude.
That is sad, man. It is sad, dude. And that conversation was so good. It's gonna change a lot of your.
It changed mine.
Yeah, how did you feel after that?
I felt so good.
Yeah.
So, Gabby and I went out.
Yeah.
For dinner, right?
Yeah.
And I asked her because I wanted to test Gabby because all morning and all yesterday I was preaching to Gabby about zero waste, and it's easy to no one's perfect, but it's so easy to cut back on our waste production.
Very easy, yeah.
It's so easy to cut back on our waste production, and it's just decisions. Comparing what Nairn said as your wants and your needs. Do I want this, or do I actually really need this?
Yeah. And
seeing if it makes sense.
And being conscious of like, is it biodegradable? Is it compostable?
Yes, exactly. And so I was going to dinner, and I went, okay, I'm going to test Miss Gabby here. Here you go. So I asked her, so Gabby, do you want to go takeout or sit down? And then, wrong answer. She said takeout. I went, come on, Gabby. Zero waste. Just take the time, sit down at a restaurant.
Yeah. It might be more expensive.
Pay the tip. It might be a little more expensive because you're paying a more tip for the service. Who cares?
But you're saving the planet.
You're saving the planet. You're investing $2 into preventing you from taking home the plastic bag filled with styrofoam, with plastic forks.
Oh, man, there's so much waste.
And the paper. The only thing that out of all of those materials would be the paper, and that's not even compostable. That's just biodegradable to some certain extent. It's not all going to be breakdown. It's not going to be recycled. It's going to be downcycled.
Downcycled.
Dude,
that was my
favorite word from yesterday.
That's what you learned?
That's what I learned, and I was just like, oh.
I was seeing, like, I wish you would have seen Brody when
my mind was blown.
His mind was blown. He was like,
I was right in their face.
Yeah.
I was so interested. I was leaning over my microphone.
Yeah.
And
you were
like, come on,
agreeing with everything.
Tell me more.
Your eyes were like glaring like a child at Christmas. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. And honestly,
and that's the whole point of this podcast.
Exactly.
Is
you
to
learn
learn
so much,
and
right?
to inspire people, because I feel really inspired.
And whenever you hear this episode from
it's gonna be awesome.
You are going to say, holy moly, this is crazy.
And I'm just reflecting on the last 2 days after this episode. I think I told 1, 2, 3, 4. I've told at least 5 people in a day about this movement, about zero waste.
Yeah.
And then I was explaining to the cashier at the grocery store, because Gabby bought or was planning on buying these sardines with plastic and tin. And then Gabby I was explaining to her, like, that's pretty wasteful. Like, that's going to go in the landfill. The metal is going to be able to be broken down and recycled because it's the easiest recyclable, as we learned yesterday. Metal and glass. And I was preaching that as we were walking up to the cashier. And then we were at the cashier. Gabby made the decision that she's not going to buy it.
Yeah.
And then I told the cashier why we made that, or why she made that decision. And then she was so stoked on it. And they were asking, "What? Where did you learn this? You should get check news." And I was like, "Well, it wasn't. I literally just learned about this myself." And I told them about our podcast, and I told them about the Zero Waste Emporium, and then someone behind me knew who. Oh, that's that store on Douglas. Yeah. And then everybody in the lineup they didn't look too pissed because they wanted to see why they were curious about why we were excited. We were inspired about a movement that's super cool. And
when I was in bed, when I came into bed after, and I told Hope, I was like, honestly, like if it is not salvageable, because at that point I didn't know if anyone could salvage it. I was like, I honestly like 100% fine with that, because just seeing you like just going full on board. Yep. And I 2 feet in. And I knew that you were gonna tell a bunch of people. I was like, I'm extremely happy with that, because our own community already is going to preach this zero waste. So
and it serves its purpose. Already the social person that I am.
Yeah, it's serves purpose.
It's better for me to actually speak on stuff that matters instead of just saying, "Hi, how's your day going?"
Yeah. But I think that from now on, our podcast episodes will be a little shorter. Yeah. Because they're interviews, and this interview was like an hour and 5 minutes, and it was perfect.
We reflected on it and thought it was the best length for us. And our first 2 episodes were a little long, but I think it was good to have those legs, because it took time to explain to a good degree who we are and what we're all about and what this podcast is all about. I think the introductions were good length, but going forward, I think
going forward,
yesterday what was it? An hour and 20.
An hour and 5 minutes.
An hour and 5 minutes.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
because you guys don't want to listen to us for 2 hours, or do you?
I don't know. But I was gonna say something.
What were you gonna say, Manny?
I was gonna say that, just to summarize what the lessons learned here, if you're out there and you're faced with a problem that just you did not see coming,
any kind of adversity,
take a step back. Don't get in the rabbit hole. Don't dwell.
Reflect on.
Don't dwell it.
What happened, how it happened, but not for too long. But quickly switch to, how can I solve this?
What are my actions? Write them down if you need to do that.
It's the best way to do it, because they're sitting right in front of your face.
Exactly.
The thought can just come and leave, but if you write it down, then it's concrete.
Yeah.
Boom.
And it's right there.
In front of your face.
And I think that recording your thoughts is very important, especially in these kinds of situations. And in a professional life as well. Like, if, for example, at work this happened to me, I would immediately write down all the possible solutions. And it works. It works. And this guy, his name is Joan or Jonah. Mm-hmm. He's going to save our lives. And I am so happy that someone agreed to help us. And thank you so much. And we'll give you a shout out in probably our next 5 episodes.
When we learn how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, exactly. But all right. Thank you for listening to us. Bro, you got any closing summary remarks?
Enjoy your week.
Yeah.
Enjoy your working week. Don't stress too much.
Yeah, don't stress too much. Just reconnect that cable every once in a while.
Yeah, if you feel tired at work.
Yeah. You know what I did at work? I bought a rolly.
A roller?
With
a muscle roller?
Yeah, no, my ab roller.
Nice.
I split it with my supervisor, and we're doing rollies every day.
Nice.
And it's just a quick break. Like, it takes me 20 seconds to do 20 rollies, and that's it. Every 2 hours. Come on, man,
you're not doing 20 rollies. I've seen you at the gym.
Okay.
You're like, all right, we're doing a set of 100, and then we're getting back to work. I've done a set of 100 with Mr. Manny. Yeah. With a shattered scaphoid.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Dory was giving her.
I was giving her.
I am not quitting.
I'm not quitting because I'm getting surgery on my wrist anyways. Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Alright.
Enough of us for tonight, I think, Manny?
Yeah. Go out there, have fun, and remember to stick that soul energy cable to your forehead every once in a while. And smile.
I'll remind us in the closing remarks.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, buddy. Thanks for coming in a hurry. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.
And please remember to be active in your community. Brody, come on. Keep going, keep going.
Remember to smile.
Remember to be kind and respect yourself, others, animals, and a beautiful planet.
And please, never stop adventuring for knowledge.
Until next time.
Peace.